Most GenePattern modules cannot analyze files containing missing values. One way to address this issue is to use the ImputeMissingValuesKNN module to impute the missing values. For each gene with missing values, the module finds the defined number of nearest neighbors using a Euclidean metric confined to the columns for which that gene is not missing. From those neighbors, the missing elements are imputed by averaging the non-missing elements of the gene's neighbors. For more information and references, please see the module documentation available through the help link in the upper right-hand corner of the module's page. To run the module, a .gct file containing missing values is needed as input. Note that the missing values must be notated as NA. Once a file is provided, you'll need to decide whether to accept the default parameter values or make changes. K indicates the number of neighbors to be used in the imputation. Row max limits the amount of missing data allowed in a row. Col max does the same for columns. Output file is simply the name for the output file. For more information about these parameters, please see the documentation. Once the parameters are configured to your liking, click Run to begin the analysis. The module outputs a .gct file, which now has values where there were once missing values. And the output file can now be passed on to another GenePattern module. Or you can reload the job to change parameters and try again. There are a few things you should bear in mind when handling missing values. Impute missing values makes assumptions about the distribution of values that may not be and probably are not true. It is best to approach imputation according to the nature of the data, the reason for the missing values, the proportion of missing values, and so on. Understanding your data and where it comes from, for instance, knowing the missing data in a particular generation of cDNA arrays or software, will increase the usefulness of the tool and decrease, or at the least allow you to better understand any bias that may result. If the data has a specific reliance on the assumption of a given distribution, or has so many missing values that it might change the distribution, then impute missing values may not be recommended. Instead, you may want to remove the rows from your dataset that contain missing values. A GenePattern module will be available shortly for this purpose. For more information on GenePattern and its modules, please visit genepattern.org.